Okay, we're back. It's still week 0, the week before the first week of class, and this is the third video in the sequence. By now, I hope you've watched how to use D2L, excuse me, and how to use Excel. And if you've done that, then you're ready to do assignment 1. And what I'm going to do in this video is to actually do the first problem in assignment 1. So if you watch this, you'll have a leg up in completing the assignment next week when you turn it in. And of course, you'll recall that the assignment 1 is due on Sunday every week, so that's your deadline. What I'm going to do is requested in Appendix 1. I've opened up the assignment 1 workbook, and I'm going to click on the Appendix 1.1 tab, which is the first problem. And that brings up the instructions, and basically what we're asked to do is to create a runs plot for the gas mileage information. Now, the first step in this process is to input the data. And as suggested in Appendix 1.1, you could type it in by hand, but that's too much like work for me. So I'm going to load it from the student CD that came with the textbook. Only one problem. I happen to be using the Course Smart version of the textbook, and I can't find my student CD. I've got one kicking around somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you how to get the data online. What you can do is open a web browser and go to MHHE, which stands for McGraw-Hill Higher Education.com / Bowerman, the author of our textbook, ESS for Essentials, 4E for fourth edition, and that brings up the book's website. Now we can click on Student Edition down here and then click on Data Sets. Now there's some other stuff in here you might want to play with. Much of it used to be free, is now a premium feature, which means you have to pay for it, so I don't recommend that. But for now, let's go to Data Sets and then look for the gas mileage spreadsheet. And here it is right here. I'll click on that. Now it asks me if I want to open it or save it. You could save it if you want to have it on your hard drive. But what I would do is, in this case, is open it. And that brings up the spreadsheet, and I can double click on gas miles. And there it is. Now, I could do Appendix 1.1 right on this spreadsheet. There are two problems. One is that it doesn't have any grid lines, and we could fix that if we wanted to. But the most important thing is I'd like to have all of my problems in one workbook. And I encourage you to do that as well. Rather than turning in 6 different workbooks, one for each problem, let's use the tabs in the workbooks and submit them as a single unit. Now I've highlighted all of the data, including the heading, by clicking and dragging. And I'm going to copy that. Now I could go up here to the little copy icon. I never remember which one it is. Paste. Oh, is it this one? Yes, copy. What I always do, though, is I use Control-C because it's a shortcut. It's much easier. And now I'm going to go back to Excel, to the assignment 1, and I'm going to paste it into this spreadsheet, into this worksheet. And I could just click on paste up here, and there it is. So the data is now in my assignment 1 workbook, and I can get going on creating the runs plot. Now in Excel 2007 and 10, it's really easy. You simply go to Insert, and we were asked for what, a lines plot, isn't it? There's a line. Let's do a line. No, that's a spark line, so we don't want that. Line chart, here we are. Click on that. It says what kind? Well, they want a data point, little dots for each data point. I don't like that myself, but hey, that's what they want. It's okay with me. And there's my chart. Now, I can make it bigger by dragging, clicking and dragging. And you can see that for each data point, there's a little star, I guess it is, box, and makes it a little bit easier to read. One thing I hate about, and this is a personal pet peeve, I don't like this stuff. So I'm going to get rid of this little legend over here. It makes my chart a little bigger and easier to read. Now I could do a lot of things. You can see up here in the chart tools area, I can view it, I'm sorry, design it rather. Um, maybe I want to have a red line instead of a blue line. Isn't that easy? I could, let's see, chart layouts. Let's just click on these and see what happens. Oh, it put mileage down here at the bottom. I just got rid of that. And that's not what it really is. I could try, let's go over here to layout. And what I'm basically encouraging you to do is to play around with this and come up with a chart that looks good to you. Now, I'm not going to downgrade anyone if their chart isn't absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. As long as you show me you know how to create a chart, that's all I'm asking for. But I will say this, that if you're in a work environment or trying to impress someone, coming up with a snazzy chart is a great way to not only impress your viewer, but to have your viewer believe your data. A chart that looks good, that is professional, that conveys a message, is much more credible than one that looks like it's been hastily thrown together and is hard to read. So if you want to get a promotion at work, my advice is to learn how to make snazzy charts. It goes a long way. Now we could do something like add grid lines. That would be kind of fun. Let's make we've got already have horizontal grid lines. Let's try vertical, major vertical grid lines. Oh, look at that! I get nice little box lines to help. I don't know. Does that do anything for you? Not for me. Let's do undo and get rid of those. Maybe we could axis. Oh, let's try this. Primary vertical axis. Let's put in a what? Let's do more. See what it gives us. Oh, look at all these options. Oh my goodness. You could specify where the minimum and maximum. Let me move this over just a bit. My data runs from about 30 to 34. So let's change the minimum to 30 and the maximum to 34. See, you can already see what happened to the chart. I could change the line color, the line style. Let's make it a dashed line with dots. How about that? And I don't know what. Make it a double line. I don't know if that's going to do anything or not. No, I guess it didn't. Like I say, play around with this stuff and see what you come up with and what looks good to you. And there's some suggestions in the book too. But that's all there is to the first problem in assignment 1. Create a chart. Back here on the, I'm ready now to go on to exercise 1.4. So I click on that tab and get going on that problem. Now, I'm going to create another video tutorial for assignment 1, which I'll post in the week 1 video section, and I'll do another problem, not one of these in the assignment itself, but one similar to the ones that are posted in the assignment. Again, the intent is to help you figure out how to do these problems and hopefully learn the material better and save a little bit of time. Okay, that's all for now. We'll see you online.